What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my 2026 Jets rebuild. This is episode 7. And this one's going to be good for the rebuilding here, as we're just simming to the end of the season, as I played my 5 games already. And it's going to be fun because I'll be doing the draft in this video. And obviously, NFL free agency. Normally, the first year of NFL free agency is pretty buns. So hopefully, I'll get good luck and it'll be nice. But definitely excited for both of those things. I did not mean to do this wide receiver drill with Chris Bell. I meant to do the one that I normally do, where he just catches passes for Mendoza and gets gold. And that was caught. Bronze, definitely not the greatest. Probably should have just quit and went to a drill that I normally do. But here we go, Mendoza. He's upgraded super well so far. I definitely need that to continue if we want to make a push to the playoffs next year. We honestly aren't doing bad this year. I think we're like 6-9. I know I should know that, but I don't honestly. But we're not actually doing better than where I would have predicted us to be at this point of the rebuild. So I think that's kind of nice. We have a lot of draft picks, considering that we traded away Quinion Williams and we also traded away Sauce Gardner. That was before I took over, obviously. That was actual management that the Jets did. So yeah, that gives us at least 2 first-round picks this season for this upcoming draft. I'm not sure if it's more, but I think it's only 2. And next year, I think we also have 2, though. So I'm definitely excited about that. 2 more passes here. Hopefully we can get gold. We got it there. Nice. It's huge. Wow. So I didn't show you guys the rest of that, but that's the highest score I've ever gotten in this drill. I don't want to bore you with just a bunch of duplicate passes, but that is easily the highest score I've ever gotten in that passing drill. Okay, here we go. Sonny Styles. Honestly, he'll probably go top 10 with how good his combine was. But if he doesn't, he'll probably fall to the Cowboys. Like, to me, it's either he'll go to the Bengals or the Cowboys. And I don't see him falling past the Cowboys at all. I don't even know, like, if he falls past the Cowboys, I think a team would probably trade back in to get him. There we go. Nice little gold. That's big. He's had a pretty good season. He's gotten a lot of tackles for us. He's up to 81 with the morale boost. True 80 star dev. So, I mean, 87 tackling, that's very good attributes for a rookie season, so we'll definitely take it. Mendoza up to 89 with the morale boost, true 87. He's looking really good with that 88 deep accuracy, 99 throw power. Okay, we played Packers and we did lose, but looks like we didn't do that bad for 0 interceptions, had over 250 passing yards. We just gave up too many points. Lost by 8. Mendoza had an amazing day, though. Wow, that stinks. Josh Jacobs did good against us. Breece Hall did good, too, though. Alec Pierce had an amazing day. Oh, Matthew Golden killed us. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sonny Styles with 11 and Azariah Thomas with 10 tackles. 15 for Sonny Styles and 11 for Azariah Thomas. I was looking at the solo tackles. 11 solo tackles for Sonny Styles as well. That is so good to see. Looks like we just weren't able to get enough pass rush compared to them, and that's really what did it for us. Okay, we got wide receiver battle here with Chris Bell. Hopefully we can get gold. This one's normally pretty simple. So I'm excited for free agency. The main targets that I'd be looking at is I'm probably good on receiver because I want Chris Bell to upgrade still. And with Alec Pierce, I'm definitely set there. Where I'd be looking at, though, is I might need another defensive tackle, but maybe not. That might be somewhere where I look, but only if there's, like, a super good option available. And maybe get an offensive lineman as, like, a depth piece. Then if there's, like, a really good young cornerback out there who doesn't have normal dev, I'll definitely go after him. Because Azariah Thomas has developed very well, but I need more. I can tell you that if we want to make the playoffs next year. Hopefully we can get Golden Distro, keep upgrading Mendoza. Nice spin move there by Braylon Allen. I was looking for X, but he was definitely not open. Just check it down. See what Braylon Allen could do? Spin move? I thought I was going to score there. That would have been so tough. Would have been very good. There we go. Wide open, Garrett Wilson. Back of the end zone. Actually, that may have been A.D. Mitchell. Nice pass to Alec Pierce. And then in the draft, I'd definitely be looking for a cornerback, right? But probably not first-round quarterback. If it's first-round quarterback, it definitely won't be my first pick in the first round. And then maybe O-line, but offensive line probably won't be until, like, third or second round. And I could use a tight end upgrade over Mason Taylor, but because I was hoping he would develop better than he did this season for us. So that might be a place where I can target, because free agency almost never has good tight ends in Madden. So tight end, cornerback, offensive lineman, and I know I need a better, I believe either Sam or Will, one of my outside linebackers I need to improve on, because it's currently Kobe King, who I like in real life, but he's a 68 overall in this game, so it's not going to get me to where I need to be, as he basically only developed by 2 overalls this season. Here we go. We played the LA Chargers, really good team. We are 6-9 now. Hopefully we can squeak out a win. Okay, we lose. We didn't fumble, didn't turn the ball over at all. We forced 1 interception, and we still lost by 6 points. Oh, that's rough. Mendoza, once again, with a pretty good day. Justin Herbert, he's destroyed us with those yards. Our defense looks like an outlier and something that we need to improve. Omarion Hampton, 5.1 average. Jeez, and Breece Hall really struggled. Okay, and we allowed 200-plus wide receivers and almost allowed a 100-yard-plus rusher. That's not great. I said this a lot in my last episode. Obviously, I want to win, but currently, I'm not really, going crazy if I lose, right? Because it ultimately does help me get a lower draft pick, which is definitely important this early into a rebuild. First year of my rebuilds, I almost always just kind of trade away my older players who have some value still, and basically just try to stock up draft capital. Chris Bell with a nice move there. Not a great pass, not where I intended that one to go. Wanted that to be in the 400, but we still made the catch. We got silver now. Wow, I was not sure if they were going to give us 400 there. That was good. Here we go, nice little 50. That should be gold. Perfect. Yeah, Chris Bell, I'm definitely not going to try to draft a wide receiver. If I do, not to 7th round, that's depth piece, because I want Christopher Bell to get full development now. He's still my wide receiver 3 with Garrett Wilson and Alec Pierce ahead of him, but I might even try and move one from A.D. Mitchell, just because, look, I really like him, but he fit the team at a time early on in this rebuild, and as soon as I drafted Chris Bell, I'm kind of and then once I got Alec Pierce, now I don't think he gets much playing time with those 3 really good wideouts ahead of him. Nice touchdown there. The nice thing is, normally you don't always have a quarterback that improves really well after his first season in a rebuild, and getting the first overall pick, because Madden is kind of dumb, a little silly sometimes, and it gave it to me instead of the Raiders, as the Raiders ended up winning against the Giants, and we lost out because I force lost, just like in real life, for last year. That way it looked similar, but Madden had the Raiders win, so it gave me a first overall pick, and I obviously went Mendoza. So I do feel like we're in a nice spot there, not having to worry about, if I don't get a quarterback, I'm going to waste this team's future. Having Mendoza, having him locked down for at least 3 more years, that's definitely a nice feeling. Hopefully we can squeak out a gold here. Wasn't the best rep, so I don't... Oh, my God. And he got bumped. As soon as I say wasn't the best rep, he gets bumped, and yeah, that's silver for us. We'll take it, but I definitely missed out on gold there because there were many mess-ups on my part for that drill. Hopefully we can get gold here with Sunny Styles. Normally I get gold in this because it's pretty simple. Off to a good start. Sunny Styles, I think for next year, I think I'm going to keep him at sub linebacker. And I might even put him, I might even try to put him, second on the depth position for, one of my edge rushers. Because I want to get him as much playing time as possible. Because I want him to improve. I want him to improve fast. Because I think this kid has a big future. And he's going to be a huge impact on our team next year. And when we start putting some more wins up, I think he's going to be super important to the squad. There we go. Upgrade him to 83 with the morale. And we did win. Okay. That is kind of interesting because at that point, we're eliminated from the playoffs. But I'm not going to complain about a win. I'll still take it as of right now. It's definitely still a good thing. Improves the squad overall, helps them get developed, so I'm happy with it. That's good. Hey, and if Denver Harris can keep improving, maybe he'll surpass Azariah Thomas, and he will become the quarterback 1 next year. But like I said, I'm definitely going to draft the cornerback, so even if he surpasses Azariah, he might still be that cornerback 2 position. Wow, Fernando Mendoza up to 90 with the morale boost of 2, so he's a true 88. That is pretty impeccable. So how did we win this game? Each team forced 1 interception. We did not get many passing yards. And Breece Hall he didn't have a crazy day. Good average, good 2 touchdowns. Braylon Allen had a nice 1-play touchdown with the running game. Stephon Diggs kind of killed us. Jack Gendry's auto. Actually, no, I think he is a real tight end in this year's draft class I think he's out of Texas. Wow, we were able to get pressure. That's something that we've been missing all year, so that is huge. That is really good to see. And Malik Muhammad got our interception, so that's good. Okay, so here are the final standings. Raiders somehow are 13-4. Who let that happen? Who let that happen? Patriots end up at 8-9. Bills also end up at 8-9. So it appears to be we are the 7th or 8th worst team. I just don't understand how this Raiders team was so good. So here is the AFC East. The Dolphins somehow won the division. Only 9-8, so this actually looks really good for the future of our team. It looks like our division has died out, and no one in this team is a powerhouse. No one in this division is super elite, so that will definitely give us opportunities. Mendoza had a pretty good season, a little low on the passing yards for my liking, but that 29 touchdowns to 11 interceptions looks pretty darn good. Breece Hall, a little low on the yards and the touchdowns, but we really had to spread the ball around because he got injured a good amount this year. Then Alec Pierce had an amazing season, so I think that trade really panned out to be a really special one. I wish Chris Bell and Garrett Wilson improved and started playing better, made a little bit more of an impact, but it didn't happen. Wow, this is insane. 140 tackles for Sonny Styles and 100 for Azariah Thomas. Those are amazing stats. We were not able to get any pressure, though. I'm sure that lost us a bunch of games. Interceptions were kind of all around on our team, but it looks like we caused about 10 total. Jeez. Joe Burrow, Jackson Dart, Ty Simpson, Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes. So that's not too surprising. Ty Simpson, Jackson Dart, probably the only, kind of unlikely ones. Saquon had a huge season, back to his prime Saquon, I guess. Jahmyr Gibbs, Genty, Bijan all make sense. Okay, what are we doing, boys? Marvin Mims Jr., being the receiving yard leader. Then we got Jamar Chase and Casey Concepcion being the wide receiver 2 and the wide receiver 3 for yards. And they're both somehow on the same team. That's kind of wild. Chris Godwin had a good year. Puka and Casey Concepcion are the touchdown leaders. Sacks, nothing crazy. I mean, Trayvon Walker and Chop Robinson, a little shocking, but same with interceptions, nothing crazy. Nate Wiggins with the lead at 6. I mean, now, nothing left to do but see how the rest of the season goes, see how the postseason goes, and I will sim to the draft. It looks like here we got the Ravens beat the Raiders to make it to the Super Bowl. So we got a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl. This would kind of be a dream come true to me, I gotta be honest. Hopefully the Ravens win, even though it doesn't really impact me, but I always like seeing Ravens do good at Madden. So we have MVP with Joe Burrow, not surprising. Darius Slayton being that high in Offensive Player of the Year is kind of hilarious. Nate Landman, Tremaine Edmonds. So nothing too shocking here. TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Jonathan Cooper up there. Derek Hall. I don't believe I know who that is. I'm not familiar with his name. Mendoza ended up at 5th, so I wish he was a little higher, but we'll take it. That's good. So I wish Fernando Mendoza finished higher. That way he could get a little bit boost to his morale and hopefully upgrade his overall. But 5th isn't bad. I'm happy with it. So, looks like nothing crazy for Defensive Player of the Year for NFC. But for AFC, that's huge. Sonny Styles and even Dante Quarterline, who we trade for. And then Denver Harris. So, overall, our defensive rookies were all studs. So, super grateful and super good to see right there. Sonny Styles has an upgrade. This should mean he has a depth trait upgrade as well, because he just won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yes, superstar. I believe he was a star before the awards, so that is huge. That will definitely help when it comes to progression. Wow, the Ravens did win over the Lions. Close game. Looks like a fun one right there, 21-27. Let's see who all retired. Hopefully no one big. Harrison Smith. Travis Kelce retired as a Seahawk. Jason Myers. Okay, let's see who retired from our team. Hopefully no one that really hurts the squad. DJ Humphries and Cody Schrader. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We're cool with that. Okay, so here is the lineup right now. We definitely need a left guard. We cannot have that buddy be starting there. And right, so we need a Sam, and we could use an overall help at that cornerback position or even that safety position. But none of it looks too bad. Zay Flowers in free agency, that is kind of interesting. But like I said, I don't need a wide receiver. Brian O'Neill, Rashee Rice, and Zay, that's kind of funny considering now I don't even need a wide receiver. Marlon Humphrey, I mean, he's a high overall, but he's way older than I'd be looking for. Jonas Savaiinaea, he'll be super good depth. Hopefully he won't have to start, but if he does, he won't be that bad. Stephen Collins, I might try again, but he's with the same age. I think I'm going to hold off. He's the same age as what I have now at my edges. So I might just try draft the edge late in the draft. Ooh, if I could get Trenton Simpson, that'd be nice. Let's see, where's that post there? We're tied for first on Trenton Simpson. I would move him to Sam if I got him. That would be very big. Garrett Williams, I think I'm going to hold off there. He is younger, but he doesn't have star or better dev trait. He's normal dev, so overall, it's a pretty lackluster free agency, so kind of sad to see. Still trying to get Jonah. Still trying to get Trenton Simpson. I'll up Jonah's offer a little bit because I do really want this man on the squad. See what he says. See, he's still thinking. We got a new special team, so that's good. There's nothing bad about that. Zay went to the Cardinals. That's funny. And Rashee Rice to the Falcons, both going to NFC. Okay. Raylan Wilson, he might be someone that I try to get. He's super young. I know it's only a 73 normal, but if I could get him, that'd be nice. Let's see. Mock draft 5. This will tell me where my picks are, and hopefully it will be 2 that I should have. Okay, we have a pick 8 and a pick 9. So those, I believe, they both have us going left tackle. That doesn't make sense. Okay, and we actually have 3. And, okay, let me tell you straight up, I am not picking 3 left tackles with all 3 of my first-round picks. You will not see me doing that, just to let you know. If I could get Keaton Mitchell, that would be really fun to have on a team. I know my running back depth is already pretty peak, but he would make it great. So we got Keaton Mitchell. We lost out on Jonah and Trenton Simpson, so that's definitely a bummer, but that fills us some depth spots where we can really just focus now on overall improving in this draft. Really looking for offensive lineman here. I know I need a left guard, so if there's a decent one, I'm going to take him early. And even if it's just like a decent tackle, I'll take him and just change him to a guard position. Nothing too crazy, looks like. Let me sort by positions. D'Angelo Glover, he does look really good. He has 2 elites and 2 greats. Got to take him. Okay, so that's a little rough. 38 in true value, I believe that said. He does have hand dev. Looks like he's just a little slower. I'm fine with that, but I do wish it was a better pick. But so now I'm looking at this cornerback here. This guy looks really good. I'm just gonna take him, Moncrief. He's an A+. That's huge. He is 11 in true value. This kid is so fast with 96 change of direction and 90 speed. Okay, here's where I should be able to get my Sam with the future. Nick Wilborn, his key ratings look great. His physicals look really good as well, actually. I might have to take him. Let's see, Bo Penn, his key ratings look better. Oh, and he has 3 elites. Taking Bo Penn. 33, so that's definitely a rough pick as well, but hopefully he'll grow well. Overall, so far, pretty awful draft pick. So, draft is over. I'll show you guys all that in a second. Trade A.D. Mitchell for a second and third. So, 3rd pick swap, and I get a second off it. Very happy. Okay, so let me show you the draft recap here. We got D'Angelo Glover, who's a 74 overall, so that's kind of a bummer. But Jerry, 77, very happy about that. And even Bo Penn's a 74, which I'll take. And they got us a Terrence Lacey, 73 overall, and a 7th round pick, running back. So, not great, but, I mean, safeties and D tackles that they took with the 3rd and 4th. CPU kind of sold us there, but see if was there anyone better. That wide receiver does look really good. Can't believe he fell to the 2nd round. So, Ted Pace would have been the ideal pick. I don't even think I looked at him. So, that's definitely a miss by me. Just kind of an overlook. But overall, I'm happy with how this offseason went. And I'm excited for a new season. It's going to be good. And hopefully we can win it all new season. That is going to be the goal. That's it for today. Hope you all have a blessed day.